won't never spend my Bitcoin right now until it raises to where I think it needs to be. Remember that number, 100 million. I firmly bet my life that not in my lifetime, but maybe in my children's lifetime, that one Bitcoin today that's worth 40,000 is gonna be worth about $100 million. So what do? I buy and stack for my kids. You can stack for your future.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Ahead of the Crypto Curve. I am your girl Najah Roberts, aka Young Harriet, leading my people out of financial slavery. And I am here today outside of the capital of the United States of America on the Capitol Hill steps. And we are here with the Black and Brown community, the Black and Latino community, making sure that our voices are heard, that they're understanding that the Black and Latino community are in the cryptocurrency space more than any other nationality. And they need to talk to us, and we need to be heard, we need to be seen. And we are here today making a statement, and we're incredibly excited about being here. So, as you all know, we are creating Satoshi millionaires, one day at a time, one family at a time, one Satoshi at a time, one Bitcoin at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, that means you. And I have some phenomenal individuals that I am going to interview today, right here on Capitol Hill. And I want them to share with you who they are and how long they've been in this cryptocurrency space and what they're currently doing.
Learning, and realize that I had a whole lot more to learn. And the only way I would do that is if I started forcing myself to learn, which is where I started teaching. So I met some other folks on this platform, and next thing you know, I realized that I could work better with a team. And so we started a concept called Think Crypto, and 3 Crypto Club is just an education platform to teach others. And what one of my other co-founders realized is that there was a gap in knowledge for not just women, but also people of color. And so we're just here to support and teach others the same way, and we report news and we talk about crypto, basics of Bitcoin. Just start with Bitcoin, and then if you want to spread your wings, you can do that, but get your foundation right, and that's really all we represent. So we're having our first in-person event on the May 21st, this May 21st Saturday, and what we're going to do is have several panels. We're going to also have some workshops so people can just get an in real life experience of anything from crypto, blockchain, and NFTs. And so that's just kind of the basics, and that's where we are today, and we got more coming. Think Crypto.
All right, and where is this event going to be held?
It's going to be held in Alexandria, Virginia. If you want to find me on Instagram, go to unlimited_pass, and I will give you more details on that soon.
All right, and my last question to you, if someone is standing on the sidelines and they're not quite sure if this cryptocurrency space is for them, what would you say?
That's a great question. Is this crypto space for you or not? The question you got to ask yourself is, are you good enough to tap in to the wealth that others are getting? Ask yourself that. Do you deserve to be a part of this wealth transfer? Ask yourself, what happened to the last wealth transfer? Was I part of that? Was my family part of that? And so if you're a person of color, by percentages, the probability is not likely. So if you are a person of color, tap in, start doing your research, educate yourself, and find a community of people that have a similar mind, and and just listen and learn and go from there. But get in there. Don't wait another day. Use the power of crypto, compounded interest, and get in there and make that money. So anyway, this is Unlimited Pass. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Najah.
All right, Unlimited Pasquale. Hey, and we appreciate him today. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, I am looking at a beautiful young lady who is going to share some information with you. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on Capitol Hill, and we are interviewing some of the fabulous folks that are here today, really saying to our government and to the world that the black and brown community is here. We are strong. We are a force to be reckoned with, and we shall not be silenced. Because if you want to know how to service us and how to save us, allow us to do our cryptocurrency, allow us to learn this blockchain and make a difference in our lives. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have a fabulous young lady here who has a sweatshirt on that says Crypto Millionaire, and it is loading just like it would be on a computer. So I love it. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to hear about her and what her story is here in the cryptocurrency space. Welcome.
Thank you, Najah. Thank you. I'm Dainara Saget. I'm known as La Crypto Mommy. I am from the DMV area. I'm a homeschooling mom that has grown a passion and a burning fire desire for cryptocurrency. So I'll start a little bit about my journey, right? Najah has a part to do with this journey, so it's amazing. I started off about 3 years ago in the crypto space, following an educator called Kurt Cobain. And he is amazing to me, and I just followed everything he did. I did exactly what he told me to do on onboarding, but I never bought Bitcoin, right? So here I am, 2 years in with Kurt, get on Clubhouse, bump into Najah Roberts, and I bought my first Bitcoin with her. Yay. She gave me the instructions. She told me how, and I was able to do it because I already was in the space, but I didn't see the value of Bitcoin until I heard her speak. So I'm just grateful that she's in our community, that she's leading the way for most of us and helping people like me see that they can be financially free. One thing I didn't say about myself is that I'm a returning citizen. I've been home for about 25 years, but I too want to help other people become free and find their passion and their wealth. So thank you, Najah.
Thank you, and I just appreciate you so much for being here, sharing that story, because sometimes, you know, when you're working and just to meet real people with real situations that where you're affecting real change, I really appreciate you sharing everything. And I just want to make sure that you know that you are loved, appreciated, and you're a homeschooling mother, which is what we must do in this time, even though some of us are just really still pushing, trying to get to that point that you're at. Tell us what that's like trying to educate your children in this cryptocurrency space.
So I always say I'm a mom, homeschooling mom while single, right? So it's been challenging because I have two young brown and black Latino boys, right? To even bring them into the cryptocurrency space, right? Because I have to change their thinking, right? Because the traditional world has taught us that we have to work for someone, right? So I'm working on that, teaching them that they can be their owners of their own economy. So that's where I'm at with them and teaching them. I've met a lot of great people here. So hopefully I'll come alongside of them to even create a curriculum for them, for the kids, right? So they can understand the importance of being your own bank. So
you are already alongside. We're together in this struggle. We're together in this fight to create and be the change that we want to see. And again, we're going live on Capitol Hill, so that's why you hear sirens and those sorts of things. And I see police coming from every direction, but they're not coming for us. So us returning citizens are not running, right? So we appreciate you, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Yes. And we have got a fabulous lady behind me who is standing here. Now, I'm talking to you all the time about real estate and what is being done in the real estate industry as it relates to blockchain and cryptocurrency and tokenization. And ladies and gentlemen, we know that when most of the wealth was created in this United States, it was during the times that we were forbidden to hold properties in certain areas, subdivisions, etc. And so they cut back on allowing us to acquire several properties in our neighborhoods that could have possibly gotten us a little bit closer to closing the wealth gap. And so this young lady that I'm going to introduce today is heavy in the real estate industry. She is working on tokenization. She's got a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. And I want her to share with you all what she shared with us on the podium, because she is a powerhouse. So with that said, here is Miss Teresa Kennedy.
Thank you so much, Najah, for the opportunity to speak with you today. It has been an honor and a privilege to be here at our nation's capital, on the White House, to be able to share our voice and how important it is for Black and Latinos to have a voice in the laws that run our land. That is something that is dear to me as a student of Sachet, the African women who were scribes over 7,000 years ago. It is my passion to preserve our history. Decades ago, I got a degree in archaeology and anthropology and African studies, and I have wanted for so long to be able to preserve and fix the inaccuracies that have plagued us as a people. Even as I struggled to raise my family and my 5 children, and trying to go the traditional path that institutions have set for us in order for us to impact the history that is taught in our schools and to our people, and that is repeated on television and in the news and reverberated throughout the world, that impacts people's minds on who we are as a people, which I in turn view as impacts our ability to command what is rightfully ours in terms of wages and resources in the world. And so to that end, the technology that we have today being developed with metaverse technologies and blockchain technologies, I've established a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. I want it to be timeless. DAOs have the ability to be decentralized and work automatically with software. And so we've spent a lot of time over the past few months since the formation of the DAO in seeking out proper protocols, developers to help in building a technological infrastructure so that we can decentralize history and storytelling and help all of the content creators be able to not have to go through that traditional route of academia and peer review studies and writing multiple books and doing archaeological digs to finally get their content in the hands of people, which oftentimes it doesn't. It just sits on a library shelf and people don't know unless someone popularizes it in pop culture or pop media or in books, or happens to get into a history book, which we know has not served us well in this country or anywhere else in the world. And so what we have the capability to do by creating our own blockchain with the Black History DAO to make Black history immutable, we're pulling together all of our developers in the community that have just as much of a passion for the preservation of our history, and we're all working together and using tokenomics to help reward our contributions to building the system that we feel will change the marketing of our people to the world, how we are able to access, preserve, and store our information, and then use real estate tokenization to be able to preserve our sites where funding has lacked. You know, a lot of people know about the Book Preservation Project in Mali that Henry Louis Gates put a tremendous amount of work and effort into saving and archiving those texts. And South Africa took them over, and then the project lagged. And that happens so often that our stories are if they're not burned or flooded or destroyed intentionally or corrupted, they're just not protected.
Right.
There's wars, there's famines, a host of things. But we have the ability to decentralize this process, and everyone who's interested and wants to take part in preserving our history has the ability to do that by tapping into the Black History DAO, because we're united under that one theme of historic preservation of Black history in Africa and the diaspora across the world, in the metaverse and on the blockchain. And that is our goal, of setting up that infrastructure for us to be able to do that for years to come.
Well, thank you for that, and we appreciate your passion. And I heard you talk about the ancestors, and can you tell us really quickly about that stroke of the brush? Because I did not know that until today. And it's something when you're among great people and you hear something and you know where something came from, but you never knew. It was just awesome. So share with us really quickly, because those of us that are trying to tap into that African side, some folks run from it, but I am tapping in, because I'm telling you, I am super on my way to touch the soil and live on the soil that my ancestors have done, fought, cried, died, all of that. So share what you said about on the podium where you were telling us today.
Sure. Well, actually, Najah, I have some NFT unlockables of experiences like what you just described, so that we can live those dreams, and touch that soil, and heal that destruction in our soul and separation that slavery has caused, and us being able to enjoy having our feet in the soil and our hands in the soil, which is a part of who we are. But what I was saying earlier, to your question of sesh, which is the sound that the brush makes on the papyrus. Our ancestors were so wise in their knowledge of what is immutable, what stands the test of time and will not change once that imprint is made. And that was the papyrus paper that they made in the field of reeds from this plant. And the hieroglyphs often are created from sounds of things in nature, and to describe the sound of the image. And so sesh is the sound of the brush on the papyrus, and it is also the symbol, the phonetic sound of the symbol to describe this goddess. Over time, to me, I conceptualize her as like a mascot of these women who were scribes. There was a mass grave in one of the really early cities in Africa of women who were buried, and this was like almost 7,000 years ago, around before Narmer's palette, buried in mass graves with these paintbrushes and the palette for writing. The scribal art was something that was highly prized, and people took decades to learn the language of the hieroglyphs. And when I try to study history, I try to look at where things began, because there's so much noise in between, and we can clump all things together and say, oh, that's those people over there did this or said that. And you talking about a people that have a history of over 7,000 years of writing. Surely if what someone wrote 10 years ago was different than today, then what was going on there had to be, very complex over a period of thousands of years. So so going way back to when the women were equal, when they were rulers, when they wrote down their ownership of their record. They took a record of their land that they passed down to their daughters, and the ancient Kemetic people say, not what the Greeks said, but they say writing began not in Mesopotamia, not in Ur. They say writing began amongst these African women in Kemet. And Sesh is the person who all of the scribes would sort of say a prayer or homage to when they went to learn the scribal art. They would speak to Seshet to give them knowledge and wisdom. In the Bible, she is Lady Wisdom. And she comes to you when you call her to give you wisdom. And the ancient Kemetic people would have statues and write about, and paid homage to these women who wrote and recorded things. In the hall, she was mistress of the House of Books. So it would be like a library symbol, a building symbol, and that building symbol with the mistress of the House of Books would show Sesh. After the 18th dynasty, the T was added to denote the feminine, so you'll also see her as described as Seshet. But again, it's like an icon for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, house of records, recording, writing things down, making things immutable so that we can have a source that we know that we can refer to that shows what is ours, what we did, that captured in that moment to be able to have a legacy to transfer down for generations to come.
And this sister has nailed it, because I was just about to ask her, how does the blockchain compare to the scribes that were back in our ancient history? And she talked about that. Is there anything else, sister, that you want to share today? We have about a minute and a half. We're up against traffic and news, and I want folks to know about blockchain and this real estate and locking in immutable information. We wouldn't be in this country right now fighting for our properties that our ancestors may or may not have bought if we could kept the right records on the blockchain, right? And we definitely wouldn't be going. We're both laughing here, but yeah, just break it down just for a minute.
So now we've got what the new land is, the land in the metaverse, and the first to it gets to dictate how much it resells for, and everybody's going to want to be able to contribute to spaces, looking through the Oculus. If I want to be at the Capitol and put on the glasses and see experiences there, the person who owns that space in the metaverse is who's going to get the royalties. So right now the thing is acquiring space in the metaverse. I'm a metaverse certified agent as well as a real estate agent, and then also the new thing is getting your real estate properties in SPV to be able to tokenize them. I just listed a $2.4 million property in Tampa at SPV as an NFT. And that's something that's new. That's something that's revolutionary. I know we got to talk about this. I'll show you. I'll show you the room.
I'm side-eyeing her, y'all. I'm side-eyeing her. She did this when we up against traffic and news. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when we come forward, you know what? We're going to have Teresa Kennedy come back and share this information with us. But we are definitely up against news and traffic. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just have to stop and say to Tavis Smiley, thank you so much for being so incredible, just sharing these airways with our community. I'm just excited. I'm out here today. And next to me, I have Mr. Sam Seeley. He was one of the co-moderators today for this Black and Brown rally here on Capitol Hill. So, Sam, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do in the cryptocurrency space.
Hey, how's it going? And thank you so much for this opportunity. Sam Seeley, and I work as a lead digital assets for the Digital Economist, as well as a founder of a crypto community, Stellar Global, where we work with entrepreneurs and help them leverage a lot of the blockchains, the Stellar blockchain, as well as all the others out there to really advance their entrepreneurial growth in the crypto community.
All right. So why do you think cryptocurrency is important for Black people?
It's access. I think that historically we haven't had a seat at the table. Earlier I spoke about, what happened with real estate, how the fact that, back when in the 40s, when FHA was out as the primary lending opportunity for people to buy homes, you're talking about low interest rates, no appraisals. It was exclusively, specifically excluded from black Americans. So you look at the real estate market right now and where the wealth is, it's over $36 trillion in that one economic decision to exclude blacks from that particular asset class. And it's made a huge difference. And so when you look at this asset class, which is digital assets that are now forming, it's a enormous opportunity for us. That it's very important that we get involved, we have a place at the table, and we demystify it, I think.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. And how do folks find the Stellar Network? What you're doing? How do they find you?
The best place. I mean, if you go on Twitter, that's where we're building a huge following. It's at Sam Conner 1. That's SAMCONNERONE. And you can also, reach out to me over on LinkedIn. But go on Twitter. Follow me, and I'm absolutely going to be there to help, really educate and bring people on as much as we can, because it's a huge opportunity, like I said, for the black community, for us to really gain wealth and understand this asset class.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Sam Seeley. And I had some folks that were on fire today. This gentleman has been in contact with me several times. He is instrumental in some of the HBCUs trying to get themselves together as it relates to the tech space. He is here in the DMV, and I want him to just share who he is and what he's been doing in this space.
Peace, y'all. My name is Ryan Coop DeVille Cooper. I am working on my certified blockchain expert certification. I'm a HBCU alumni from Bowie State University here in the DMV. For those who don't know, that's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I founded my crypto consulting business, DeVille Crypto Solutions, in 2017. And like I said, I've been in the crypto space since 2015. I am a consultant. I help on-ramp people into crypto. I have children, so I teach other children and my children how to play to earn games like Axie Infinity. I teach parents. I have clients all over the world, teachers, professors, people in Africa, lawyers, and basically we talk every day. I attend conferences all over the world. Me and Najah met at the first Black Blockchain Conference Summit at Howard University back in 2000. What was that, 17?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been in crypto. I've been in since 2015, and I love it. I'm a crypto advocate, and like I said, I'm ride or die crypto. I got a little burnt out a couple years back during that crypto winter, but I'm still here. And every day I'm talking crypto. And people that know me, they know I bleed crypto. So that's my name, Ryan Coop DeVille Cooper. DCS Crypto, DeVille Crypto Solutions is the name of my business. A lot of y'all might know me from Clubhouse.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. And we were out here today. It was the black and the brown community. And we have a powerhouse here from Miami. And we want, she's like, who are you talking? This is a powerhouse. I would like for this young lady to introduce herself. Yes, we are live on the radio. And she's going to tell us a little bit about who she is and what she's doing for the Latina and Latino and the Latinx and everybody else in between, right? So share with us who you are and what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maria Sabando. I am an independent strategic advisor based out of Miami Beach, working with early stage startups in Miami that incorporate blockchain as a product or service. I'm also an educator. I'm a person that has been teaching all kinds of people from all backgrounds about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and the blockchain use case design since 2017. I have been a community organizer in Miami for a while, and I do multiple meetups. I have meetups for ladies, women in Bitcoin, women in blockchain. I also have a community called Bit Miami that focuses on teaching small business owners in Miami, in the South Florida region, how they can incorporate Bitcoin in their businesses. So I teach them about why Bitcoin matters and how they can incorporate it with their payment systems. And yeah, I'm just really very passionate about involving the technology to make this space a lot more inclusive. I'm going to give you a secret scoop actually. Like I didn't announce it during the rally, but I'm going to tell you my new project that I'm working on. So
Yes, let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm trying to build a social DAO that is meant to have the feeling of extra.
And I would like for her to share with you all who she is and what she does in this space.
Alrighty, hello everybody. My name is Erican, and I am the president and co-founder of Crypto for Black Economic Empowerment, and that is a collective of Black people across the planet who are building this new internet, who are building around this technology, who are passionate, who are raising millions of dollars to build technologies that will change the world. And it's an honor to be organizing all these people. We got to get Najah in this community. You are the person that deserves to be in such a space where we're pouring into each other. So that's that. And I also have a cryptocurrency fund called Audacity, where we invest in amazing entrepreneurs around the world.
You know what? When I heard that name, I said, that is so fire, because some folks wonder how we have the audacity to be Satoshi millionaires. And we are that and a bag of chips. And so why do you think it's so important for Black folks and brown folks to get involved in cryptocurrency now?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, because if we are involved by either owning this currency or owning this technology, or if we're building it, then we are essentially putting ourselves in a position where for the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years, we can be sitting on abundance, we can be sitting on innovation that we own and that we built. And that's really powerful for us to think about what would it look like if we owned a piece of Apple or owned a piece of Google. Today we can create those Googles and Apples together, and we can invest in them early together. And so that's why now it's just super important. And there's so much of the world through culture, through music, through fashion, through film, through sports that the world consumes that is inspired and influenced by us. And so if we could actually benefit from the culture that we express to everyone and we don't get anything from it, if instead this time around we can build wealth off of us just doing the thing we've been doing for centuries, then I think that's really amazing and necessary for us to all get behind. So, yeah.
And all I'm going to say is that part. This is KBLA Talk 1580. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a fabulous young man here. He's going to explain who he is and what he is doing here today.
Thank you so much for the intro. My name is Michael President Anderson, all the way from New Jersey, from Impact Crypto, #1 in creating access to capital and decentralized finance for our communities. I'm very, very grateful and humbled, first and foremost, to watch this leadership of diverse leaders, Black Latinx leaders, taking the time to travel and to advocate for entering everybody and onboarding everybody into this industry. And at Impact Crypto, that's our focus, creating access to capital, contracts, and decentralized finance for our communities, and ensuring that we utilize our platform to create an on-ramp into this emerging industry, not just for our generations, but for those to come.
How do we get in contact with you?
Anyone can reach out to us day or night. You can join our Telegram group at Impact Crypto. That's M as in Michael, P as in President, A as in Anderson, C for crypto. So if you go to at Impact, MPAC Crypto on Telegram or impactcrypto.com or on social media, you can connect with us.
All right, my brother. Well, thank you for sharing, and we look forward to it. And we're gonna come over here really quick, and we're gonna hit one person before we hit our creator of this event. And I have Maureen here, and I want her to just share with you. Now, this young lady, I'm living vicariously through her because she is an attorney. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Maureen Murad. I am an attorney, but I also have a business called Crowdy Advisors, where I work with companies who are looking to raise money via crowdfunding. And then I also obviously advocate for cryptocurrency and the use in our communities.
And how do how do people get in contact with you?
I am on online on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook at Crowdy Advisors, CROWDIE Advisors.
All right, thank you, and thank you for being here today. Appreciate you. And we got to get this young lady right here. She was trying to put her head down. She's like, don't you get me on there. But I want to hear from her. So explain who you are, what you do in the space.
Okay, my name is Jasmine Brunson. I'm a creative, I'm a DJ, data scientist. I started my first company, Blockchain Culture, back when I was an intern at NASA. So that was back in 2015. So we educate Black and brown communities about cryptocurrency, blockchain, how to invest, where to invest. And then also I just started my own risk advisory protocol within DeFi called Labs. So what we're building is something to educate people about the risk associated with the space, the hacks, the exploits that happen. Because as this Web3 space grows, so does the hack landscape. So that's what I do. Check me out. Sahara Sounds starts with an S, ends with a Z.
Well, I'll tell you, she don't look a day past 12, talking about when she was at NASA. Well, I really, really appreciate you being here today. And I just really am just excited about this, ladies and gentlemen. The Black and brown community came together today. And we talked, we had conversations, and we really hope that this information is disseminated to our leaders that are inside of this house behind us, because we really need them to hear us, and we really need them to know that we are here and we appreciate what they do, but we'd appreciate it more if they just really talk to us and made sure before laws are created, before different things are implemented, that they really find out how they can effectively create change in our community and don't stifle innovation. If you saw this young sister right here, I'm going to take a picture with her so we can put her on my social media, because when you say that you need to be an accredited investor, you stifle these young folks from being creators and doing all the things that they do. And just because she said, she is in this space, she's building. And I got another young lady that I gotta get on live. She has a shirt that says Satoshi is Black, and y'all know I love that. And so with that, tell us who you are. She's a phenomenal photographer. I saw some of those Capitol Hill poses she got, but tell us who you are.
Thank you for having me. My name is Shadonna Jackson, and I'm a social justice and political photographer, but I'm also an educator when it comes to the blockchain technology, NFTs, cryptocurrency, specifically for Black women and Black LGBTQ people. I can give my why.
Yes. Why? Please tell us why.
Well, my why is because when we look at being Black, that's one layer. When we look at being a woman, that's another layer. And often, some folks can pass, some don't when it comes to being LGBTQ. But when you have layers of intersectionality, I feel like the more marginalized you are, the bigger the wealth gap. And so for me, it's extremely important to make sure we're learning the technology that not just Black people, but all Black people, Black trans women, the ones being killed because they've had to turn to means of making income. In dangerous environments. So the technology that Web3 is bringing us is so important to me to make sure that all groups of Black people especially are in the know, and are moving and are leading and are able to sustain self and create wealth, and not just wealth, but there's a level of happiness that comes with autonomy and being able to manage your own finances, and being able to self-govern, when it comes to just your survival and your freedom. So there are layers. There's layers to Blackness, there's layers to humanness in general, but the most marginalized communities, I'm here for us. I'm an artist. I'm here for us. I'm here for all of us, all Black people. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. And I have to just take this second before we come forward and say thank you to Cleve Mesidor, who strived to make this event successful. We got here to Capitol Hill. She fought through these permits and dealing with the police, the Capitol Police. You think they would have did this about a year and so ago before, but we did what we needed to do. And you know what? I'm just really proud of her and what she accomplished. We had a nice crowd. We had NBC out today, and I'm just really excited about what this is going to do to push the envelope for our community. And again, for those of you that are just figuring this out, I am in Washington, D.C., live standing in front of Capitol Hill. And so it is an incredible part of our day, and it's an incredible part of history. And even the Ducks have come over to talk with us today. But I just want to thank each and every one of you that came out, that supported, for those of you that got on live, and are listening today, because this is really critically important. It is the time that our leaders are starting to make laws and rules as it relates to cryptocurrency. And again, I always tell you all, we are not watching history. We are living in history right now. And with that, when we come forward, we're going to do our daily dollar cost average. As we say, a DCA a day keeps poverty away. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Everyone, we want you to dollar cost average, but I got to hear from Cleve really quickly. How do you think the event went today?
Well, first of all, thank you for moderating. You were awesome. I think it was wonderful. I think it was an important step. You know, we got the attention of Congress and the media. You know, I think we had the right folks gathered, and I'm excited about the collaborations ahead. But I'm most excited that we will build a greater presence in Washington. We will continue to bring our networks here because that's important. So thank you for everyone for being here. It's just the first of many.
All right, and you heard it. This is the first inaugural Black and Brown takeover of Capitol Hill. And we didn't do an insurrection, but we definitely made sure that they knew we were here. And Cleve, thank you for your tireless efforts. This was the most incredible day ever. I am so thankful to you. I feel like we all been working for the culmination of what just transpired. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please dollar cost average today. Your $6 a day keeps poverty away. Get your Satoshis. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Tavis Smiley. This is KBLA Talk 1580.